Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erika Numberi. If you are new here, please do well to subscribe. And if you've been watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, leave a comment in the comment section, give my videos thumbs up and share. So today I'll be talking about the topic you're seeing there, this hot cake, this thing called marriage. Everybody wants to marry. Everybody wants to be called Mr. Everybody wants to be called Mrs. Everybody wants to be called this person's babe, this person's boo. Everybody wants to be called something. As regards marriage, you want to change status from single to hooked. Not hooked, like to married. So what is in marriage that is making everybody come, or what is causing the fuss? There are some people that just get married and next thing, this my friend that is single must marry, this my friend that does not have boo must have boo. Some girls, they'll be like, my hubby has a friend and the friend is single, the friend is good, the friend is this, I need to hook you up with him. Two of you have to come together. And you'll be wondering, like, what is inside this marriage that is making you want to hook me up? It's now almost like when you give your life to Christ, the initial time now, your body will be scratching you. Have you heard the good news of the Lord? Come and join me. I have seen the light. And stuff like that. So that's what it almost looks like. So what is inside marriage that's making people want to get married? Let me start by saying the meaning of marriage. I went to Google marriage. Before I come here, I usually try my best to do due diligence by researching the meaning of certain things. So marriage is the legal contract, I think. Legal contract bringing two people, two parties, usually a man and a woman, bringing a man and a woman together. In the church, it's an agreement between a man and a woman. You come together, your pastor will join you. Everybody will know that, okay, these two people, they have gotten married. Never, never, never till death do them parts. Yeah, that's marriage. So now, why all these breakups? Like, what's going on? What's causing the separate ways? I can't reconcile this relationship anymore. We have to go our separate ways. Irreconcilable, yeah, that's the word. Differences. We have gotten to the point it cannot be reconciled. Like, what gets to that point? I feel if things are done properly before marriage, we won't get to the point of marriage annulment or divorce. We won't get to that point. But I find out that is where people are not paying attention to. You're going out to somebody, red flags everywhere, you're not seeing the red flags. Or you're going out with somebody, the person is showing you their true color, but you feel in marriage it will change, you will change it. You're going out to somebody and the person is telling you, this is how I am, this is how I am. And you're saying, no, that's not how you are. You don't know how you are till we marry. That's when you know your true self. Like, people don't think about marriage before they go into marriage. As serious as marriage is, I have come to discover that people don't think about it. They just move. They just enter. Look at me now. I'm married. I've been married I'm going to 3 years in my marriage, so I don't have as much experience as those that have been married for 5 years, those that have been married for 10 years, those that have been married for donkey years. But this thing I want to say, we all agree on it, which is marriage is hard work. Both parties must come together agreeing to put in the work. Sometimes, okay, I know that sometimes we underestimate the work to be put in when we come into marriage or when we come together, but it cannot be overemphasized that we need to put in the work. Your husband, your wife, two of you need to put in the work. And what did this post, my friend's post that triggered this video. What did the post talk about? The post was like, if you're not ready to say our money, like your money becomes our money, don't think about getting married. If you're and when he said that, it had nothing, like he was like, it has nothing to do with having a joint account, because you know there are some people that have joint accounts, then they have separate accounts. Yes, they are remitting money to the joint account, but hubby does not know what is coming to the side. Wifey does not know what's coming to the side. Like, they don't know the extent of your wealth. They don't know how much you have, but they know, okay, what is coming into the joint account. And I feel that is an accountability issue. And if you're not ready to be accountable to somebody else, don't get into marriage. Because, guy, as I entered this marriage, I discovered, if 1,000 naira enters my hand, hubby got to know. If 100 naira enters hubby's hand, I have to know, because we plan based on what the income is. Somebody will say, yes, it's in the joint account, but how do we know what to put in the joint account? When I was a salary earner, we had a percentage of his salary entering the account, my salary entering the account, percentages. Whatever you want to do with the other parts of the money is your business, but we had, so know what will work for you. This you discuss before getting married. It's not when you get married you discover that, oh, finances, like your finance becomes an issue. How to go about it becomes an issue. So if you're not ready to be dependent on each other, you're not ready to be accountable to each other as regards money, don't get married. Be single. Remain on your own. It's not by force. You get? Do you get? He was not also like, if you're not ready to say, my body is our body, don't get married. And it has nothing to do with your sex drive. I have a high sex drive. He has a low sex drive. He has a high sex drive. I have a low sex drive. I'm not in the mood. He's in the mood. He's not this, he's not that, he's this, he's that. It has nothing to do with that, because in marriage, you give, I give. The most Bible passage that people use to beg or to say this woman has to give me her body is that Bible passage that said your body is her body, his body is your body. Nobody has the right over, like, you cannot say it's my body, I'm not in the mood, I'm not ready. Have understanding. So when you cannot, you feel, no, we can't agree on that. I have my body, I decide with it what I want to do. He has his body, he decides with it what he wants to do. And you can't come to an agreement, my dear. Just stay on your own and own your body. Those that are married know what I'm saying, yeah. Just stay on your own your body by yourself. Don't cause trouble for another person's child. Don't go there. Stuff like that. So if you're not ready to give yourself out to somebody, don't enter marriage, because marriage is 100% from both parties. It's not 50-50. I'm giving my all, you're giving your all to me. And that, I believe, is the agreement we must all come to before deciding to get married. Am I willing to give my all to this man? Am I willing to give my all to this woman? If you cannot give your all, don't get married. When I was a bit younger, there was this principle that I think my father lived by. My father is dead, by the way. My father lived by this principle. And what was that principle? Instead of you to go about fornicating, bring that girl that you like, bring her home. Let us marry her for you. That was his own way of curbing fornication in the land. His own way of curbing fornication in the land. There were plenty of people around us that were giving belly up and down. So instead of to go up and down sharing your seed, bring the one that you like home and let us do something. Let's bring her home and do something with her family and stuff like that. So that was his own way of curbing fornication. But sex should not be the reason why you're getting into marriage, because marriage in itself is more than sex. Somebody tried explaining marriage as God trying to expose what it means by God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Independent bodies coming together as one. You can't differentiate one from the other. You can't differentiate the Father from the Son, and you can't differentiate the Son from the Holy Spirit. That's how it is. Two people become one. Another person will say it changes the law of equation, which is 1 plus 1 equals 2. Did I get to that is the equation? I know Sabi Mouse, I beg. 1 plus 1 equals to 2 becomes 1 plus 1 equals 1. Two people come together, and if you can't come to that, how am I going to put it now? If you can't come to that point that I'm one with this person, I don't think you should get married. People just feel that marriage is all about I move into the man's house, I go get children, I go get work, he's going to love me forever, he's not going to. Arranged marriages work if you live by the principles of marriage. But when you rush into it, when your mind, like people get into marriage without, they don't want to compromise. The word compromise becomes a taboo. I can't compromise for you. No, why do you want to come and change me? Nobody's saying go into marriage and lose your personality. I don't think someone who truly loves you would want you to come into marriage and just become what they can't recognize anymore because you're married to them. But when you go into marriage, you should be ready to compromise. And if you don't get that into your head before getting married, you will have squabbles. You should be ready to forgive. I did not think I was an unforgiving person until I got married. Like if you're someone that wants to worship God in spirit and in truth, marriage is going to try you. Marriage is going to test you. The person have you seen some people's vows? The person that made you to arrange vows will just scatter your vows. And you begin to wonder, God, where did I meet this person from? Where did I meet it? And you be wondering, is this me? Some people, if you ask my friend, Erika does not keep grudges. Like, she does not hold people in her mind. If she says it, well, that is the end. But I got married and I saw myself not talking to somebody for some days. You now have to reconcile because church is on Sunday. You want to lift up your hands unto God and let it be holy and acceptable before the Father. Like, marriage will test you. And that's not because the person you're married to is unfair or wicked. If we can think about this critically, imagine yourself with your sibling. It's not rosy. And your sibling, you grew up together. For those that have, you have a sibling that people have shared 30 years of your life, you have shared 26 years of your life, you have shared 16 years of your life, you have shared 10 years of your life with your sibling. Just imagine. It's not easy staying with your cousin, your sibling, your anybody, your relation. Imagine somebody now that you don't share blood. You don't share blood. You don't even share environment. They did not bring people up together to love yourselves. You people decided, okay, we want to get married and love ourselves. You get. We want to love ourselves forever. So you should expect to work at it. You should expect certain things. But I discovered that people don't even, they just get married. Marriage is not about that wedding day. It's not even, the cost of marriage is not also the millions you spent to buy a Ashwebi and sell. Some people just think marriage is Ashwebi, come and buy Ashwebi, I've landed. I bought it all the way from Lagos. I have ordered it from Balogun Market, come and buy. Or I brought it from India, this one is special. That is not what marriage is all about. And you see, some people just get married and the money wasted. The love, wasted. Everything, wasted. Count the cost before you get into the marriage. That is what the essence, that's the essence of this video. Count the cost before you get into marriage so that we will stop these breakups. Breaking up is not the plan or the will of God for any person coming together for marriage. And the first thing I usually say, the person you're getting married to, does the person know God? Is the person accountable unto God? And at this point, people usually say things like, but I met him in church. I met her in church. She sings in the choir. He sings in the choir. He's a protocol. He's a pastor. He's a this. That is not the Bible definition of a born-again Christian. That is not God's definition of who a child of God is. And you will have, you will know this by your the amount of time you spend with your spouse, the kind of things that comes out from the mouth of the person you're courting. Like, I have a friend at this point, please, just in case you're watching this, I know it's you, Biko. Biko, help me. Don't hold me to ransom, please. So I have a friend that when she made this statement, my respect for her got high up there. She said, the way this guy they talk, he resemble person where if I behave anyhow now, he go just leave me, go outside, go follow somebody else. This is because of her relationship with him. The way he's talking, things that you are trying to be guy to this guy so that you get, well, because you have to be friends at some point to decide that you want to get married. Some people just get married and there's no friendship, because at some point sex is not going to be there anymore. It's companionship that will matter. There are certain things that sex cannot solve. There are issues, in fact there are plenty issues in marriage that sex cannot solve. So you can't maneuver your way by having gymnastics in bed and stuff like that. So when she made that statement, I'm like, God, she knows the person she cannot marry that kind of person, because it's showing that this person may be claiming I am a Christian, but is not totally sold out to God. Before you get married, that's where I'm going to end, because this is not the how to know who you are getting married to, or what to look for in a man or a woman. But before you get married, count the cost. And one, if the person you're getting married to is not sold out to God, like, having God in your life does a lot of things in a marriage. Because when your husband goes wrong, when your wife goes wrong, you report to the person that he or she claims to be her father, which is God first. And the person you're getting married to also should be accountable to somebody like a leader, somebody that can call the person to action. I see ladies having issues in their marriages. They can't report. They can't even go to somebody to talk to the person about their husband, and their husband will be called to action. Or they can't report their wives to somebody, and their wives will be called to action. But the beginning and the end, let your spouse be accountable to somebody. What is this thing? He's a private person, she's a private person. No friends, nothing. You know nobody. All you want to do, the butterflies in your belly. My dear, love, but use your head. I don't think there's any person that will tell you, even when they say it's the Lord that sends. And the funny thing that even in such relationships, people think that once you say it's the Lord that sent, it's the Lord that will come and do the work. It's the Lord that will enter the marriage, and when you quarrel, it's the Lord that will reconcile. When you do this, it's the Lord that will. That's not what is going to happen. Yes, even where is the Lord that said, you have to put your hands to the plow and don't look back. Divorce is not for us, children of God. And if that is at the back of your mind, you will open your eyes. You will look well. I know that there are some situations at this point, someone will say, but I looked well. There are some situations that fall under the unforeseen circumstances. But if you do your homework well, you're going to get married and it will be blissful. I hate seeing breakups in marriages. And I feel if you do your homework, everything will be okay. I pray that God blesses your marriage if you're married, and all this while you don't know where you missed it. First of all, pray to God. Secondly, find somebody to talk to, because breaking up is not the solution. You are going to be a broken person, and if you decide to get married in future, if God has not healed that brokenness, you are going to move the broken nature into your next marriage. You would think you're moving lessons and experiences, but you discover that you're moving a broken state, a broken nature into your next marriage. So think well before you enter this thing called marriage. Think well. It's not easy. It is not easy. It is not a bed of roses. So think well. At this point, I'm going to end. I'm cutting at this point. So please, if you have not subscribe to this channel. I know in this particular video I was just talking from yet time don't subscribe to this channel, give my videos thumbs up, comment, tell me your experiences about marriage. Like, it's not easy. We need to help ourselves. We that call ourselves believers, we need to help ourselves so that we don't end up on the broken part of marriage. We don't end up on the broken part of marriage. Cut properly, date properly in your dating season, in your courtship time. Try to know one another, know yourselves, remove, even ask a reasonable person. Don't just go and ask somebody you're close to follow you and evaluate the person you think is your life partner. Let them ask you critical questions, and if you're not able to answer the critical questions, either you wait. I know people that said, oh, I wish I waited. If I had waited, maybe I would have been prepared, more prepared for this thing. It's not like your spouse is running away, but like if I had waited for this particular person, this person I'm married to, if I had waited till like a year or later, it would have been better. We would have been more grown and matured. So try your best. Meet up mentors. Let them ask you critical questions about the person you want to pick as a partner. And if there are questions you can't answer, my dear, wait oh. There are people that are married for 1 year, 2 years, only 3 years that have come out, and some don't even live to tell the story. So wait. You cannot wait enough. It's better to be single than to be married wrongly, like to be married into a bad home. It's not nice at all. Like I said, I'm trying this to a cut. I don't know why I started talking Ngungo to add. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. I love you guys that have subscribed. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.